People talk about letting the cat out of the bag. What's the cat's bag, Daddy-O?
Kind of a monster mash, but
That's
listen,
confusing because they're
not
like,
what we're talking about.
they're like the monster mash. That's a graveyard smash.
Yeah.
But it's like graveyard implies that it wasn't a hit. But then you say smash.
And it's like,
It's like, did the single do well or not?
Just tell me how this is selling.
Just give me the
I
numbers.
don't want to have to Google this.
How's Goth Night down at the bar? We let a lot of people come out. Oh, it's a graveyard. Smash.
So it was successful.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you trying to do a bit?
You know you're not allowed to be high at work, right?
I'm your accountant. You need to give me the numbers.
You're not supposed to be doing mushrooms on the nights you're bartending, right?
What?
Please. You didn't say anything before that. You just said please.
Please what?
Take my... Never mind.
Like when a comic
Please.
That would be great. Like sometimes a comic forgets to set a bit up all the way.
Yeah.
That would be great if Penny Youngman just went up and just went, please!
Please. That'd be an awesome title for like if Henny Youngman actually mattered and someone made like a cool biopic.
Of course he matters.
But like a cool biopic.
Yeah. This is going to be the next Jonah Hill project.
Looking like a jazz album cover. All lowercase. Please.
Please. Period.
Yeah. It's the Henny Youngman.
There's a comma in front of the please and a period after. I don't know why you're doing do-do-do-do-do. Henny Youngman famously played the violin.
Well, it's more of a jazz. I'm picturing as a jazz cool guy. Henny Youngman presents Please.
Please. It's a Henny Youngman one-man show.
It's a Henny Youngman commercial, and the commercial itself has like they don't want to give away any of the jokes.
Yeah.
So it's just like I went to the doc, and then it cuts off. It's just all the clips are that. It's just the first half of a one-liner.
2 seconds of dialogue, and then I see it.
It's just the start of my doctor. I told my doctor it hurts when my arm goes like this, and he told me Henny Youngman's new record.
Henny Youngman, only the hits. It's like a late night infomercial. If you call now, you get all half a CD box set.
Call now.
But it has 500 jokes on it.
Just pull out your credit card and buy a checkbook.
Please.
And then once you have the checkbook, mail in a check. That would be the end of the commercial. It'd be like, coming fall, whatever the fuck.
Fall 2028.
Please. Big applause.
What's the last movie you saw?
I forgot I did see a Henny Youngman biopic. I gotta watch that earlier today.
Wait a minute. I think this might be...
No, I saw a very bad Kevin Bacon movie.
Okay.
With Amanda Seyfried and some kid.
Okay.
They were in a house in Wales, and they're like, the house keeps changing sizes. And then he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention I murdered my ex-wife. And they were like, okay, well, you stay in the house, and I guess it's like a hell thing. And me and the daughter are going to bounce, probably. And he's like, cool. And then they're like...
Don't tell anyone.
No, and then he leaves, but then you're supposed to be like, whoa. But it's like, yeah, that's what should happen.
This is just a realistic movie. This is the most realistic movie I've
Honestly,
ever seen.
a beach house in Wales. That's pretty nice hell.
Yeah, that's already hell.
This guy's living in a beautiful
Beaches made out of pebbles. Can't even tan. There's no beach. It's oceanside, not beachside.
That'd be funny. And someone's like, "You're in hell. You'll be sentenced to a nice like beach in Mexico." And they're like, but I hate the beach. And they're like, yeah, but not only do other people not know that, they'll think you're an asshole when you're like, I'm in hell. I have to go to the beach all the time. You'll be miserable, and you don't even have sympathy in the online group chats.
No one will have any sympathy for you.
On hell Discord. I don't know, a down frown? I don't know what the fuck Discord is.
Hell Discord, that's a little bit of an oxymoron, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be your own advocate, man. That's my New Year's resolution.
I'm trying to sow some discord. And then someone's like, it's a computer program.
You don't have to sow it.
You don't have to do anything.
Do you mean you want a code? What do you mean code?
It's a guy with a big villain mustache. And he's got a wire and thread through a laptop. Needle and thread.
Sowing Discord.
I'm sowing Discord. What the fuck are you? I'm the guy who messes up everyone's technology. Slightly.
A little bit.
Who the fuck put gum in my lock?
Why can't I get my laptop's volume above 54? Little did I know I'd been hit by the slightly joke.
Someone broke off the end of a headphone thing in my headphone thing. I had to get like a piece of gum to get it out. Ironically, gum
fixes and causes a lot of problems.
You know, it's kind of suspicious because I asked my neighbor, I said, do you have any gum? And then he went, yes, and then pulled it out and then quickly went, yeah. So I think he might have been the lock guy. But no judgment because he helped me out with the phone. He did help me out.
Yeah, we'll call it a wash.
Call it a wash.
Because he'd already gummed up my locks, so he didn't come in and do the laptop thing.
No, that was just Sony.
That's just so fucking Sony.
And some woman's like, my name's Suki. You're like, whatever.
Whatever, same thing.
All my daughter's friends from college got crazy names.
Stupid names. This one's named Lana.
This one's named Siri.
It.
Dad, that's a phone. I was doing a bit for that one.
Come on, dad jokes.
Dad jokes. In the future. I'm so old, I remember when Siri was a baby. Dad.
Do you ever see people who post on Facebook or wherever and they're like, I can't wait to be a dad so I can make all these great dad jokes I'm already making? And I'm like, well, first of all, you're already making them.
Yeah.
And second of all, most people want to become a dad because, you know, it's like rewarding to nurture another human through life. You're just like, I like puns. I better come inside somebody. I love puns.
You're like trying to adopt a kid. Yeah, the adoption agency, and the person's just like staring at you, and they just go, I'm hungry. And then you're like, well, hungry? What? What? I'm dad. And then they're like, you've got the kid.
Just throw it at you.
You've got the kid.
You get a kid.
God damn it, you've got the kid.
Oh.
That would be cool. It'd be cool to win a kid. If they framed it like that, I bet people would take parenthood a lot more seriously.
You won. You have to enter the lottery to get a kid.
Yeah. People are like, the government will make me get rid of it if I don't get the right roulette wheel. But the secret is everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins at the game of life.
When you're having a kid, everyone wins.
Everybody. Your wife's screaming in the corner. Everybody wins.
Everyone wins.
At least in my eyes.
Trojan condoms.
Everybody
That
wins.
should be an ad. It's like they're like
that is a good slogan for Trojan.
Everybody
wins.
Everybody wins.
Let's bring that to
No, it's
Trojan.
an ad. It's like a bunch of
Why
people.
don't ad agencies accept more freelance, just open ideas?
Do you mean just stealing or like submitted?
Submitted.
Oh, okay. Well, for all we know, they do.
Well, let's try. Let's try and get a meeting with Trojan.
We don't need to get a meeting. We just tweet at them.
No, I want an official meeting.
An official meeting. A sit down.
I want to sit down. I'm better in person. I'm not good online. It doesn't always translate.
You got to shake hand. You have a rubber glove on. It's like, nice.
You're hired. This guy's great. We need you around the office.
All right, so here's my idea.
Wait, I was gonna work from home. You're fired.
Here's my idea. Fishnets. No, here's my idea. Here's my idea for our condom ad. It's a bunch of people protesting, like, you're killing babies, and other people are like, no, this is whatever, too overpopulation.
Yeah.
And then someone's just like walking through them, like a girl's got like a hoodie on, covering most of her face, but you can tell she's like upset, and she's running in between them.
Yeah.
And then it just goes, some things are complicated, some things are easy. And then she runs into a grocery store and just buys a bag of condoms.
That's great. That's great. See, and that paints a picture. It's beautiful. It's moving. It's funny. Political.
What's funny?
The reverse. The reverse at
okay.
the end, where she's just buying condoms, not getting an abortion.
No, that's the thing is, she's like, with Trojan, you can just stay the fuck out of that shit. That's the slogan.
Or are you losing me?
We're staying the fuck out of all that mess. Just wrap your dick.
Trojan. That's not what you thought this was going to be about, was it?
Trojan, we don't normally go this deep. And then
But you can.
It's a winky face.
But you can with our new brand of ultra ridged condoms. All ridge. All ridge, no hole. Can't wear them.
That would be a ballsy ad.
I think we should do it. I think Trojan might take that. We might have just pitched a Super Bowl idea.
That's like the opposite of the Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad. Is America unites over that ad. Yeah, you're right. We should all just fucking wear condoms. We don't need to do all this other shit.
Yeah. I got some in my pocket right now. You need some?
I got a bucket.
My condoms. Pocket full of condoms.
How crazy that'd be if someone was like, I got a pocket full of sunshine, and then they pull out a bunch of like lava. Just throw it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Lava is not sunshine.
I'm blinded. I'm fucking, what is that, a star? Jesus Christ. And then you're like, I was wondering why your ass was on fire.
I was wondering if I could hear your pockets smoldering and crackling. And the other pocket was starting to harden.
Yeah. NASA's putting a big dome around your body to harvest the sunlight. Dyson sphere, that's what it's called.
Dyson? Like a vacuum?
Yep.
Okay.
No. Think like a science guy.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Neil deGrasse Dyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What's this guy named Neil deGrasse Dyson? These theories suck.
Boom. Should save that. That would have been a great way to close the episode.
He just gets up.
We're only 15 minutes in. Maybe we should just stop there and call this one a mini episode.
Neil deGrasse Dyson.
Start over. That's the ending joke, baby.
Hey, instead of tree huggers, why don't they call them leaf blowers? A bunch of those damn dreadlock leaf blowers over there. It smell like patchouli.
Like fucking patchouli.
A mouthful of acorns.
It smells like patchouli and Vegemite. Piss.
It's blowing leaves.
Blowing leaves all over town.
Tree hugger, leaf blower, stump humper. All the classic kinks. What are the classic kinks?
You couldn't well, I guess you could fist somebody. That doesn't require tools either.
You know who
What do you think came first? Fisting or the wheel?
Imagine how easy it would be like...
No, she's got a helicopter, you idiot.
Imagine how easy it would be to be a detective in the old days and just have like roller blades. Because they'd be like, he went that way. And you're like, all right, well, I got him. Because all being a detective was in the old days was trying to catch up on the he went that ways.
That's true.
You're just like...
Yeah, being a cop was a lot of that ways.
Yeah, it's like I'm the best at doing the path of the that ways faster than the guy even did it.
I'm ahead of him. Now.
Yeah.
Now he's chasing me.
Which way do you think he's gonna go? Oh, there he is.
I lap him. Come back around. Tackle him.
I lap him.
Come flying at him off my blades.
Are people ever like, this is gonna be a great racing dog? He's what you call a lap dog. And then they're like, awesome. He laps them, and then he jumps up on their lap, gives them a big kiss. They're like, oh, I paid $50,000 for this. The mafia's gonna break my legs. They're like, yeah, but he'll sit bedside while they...
He'll be there for you, trust me. And he'll be fast about it.
Well, actually,
he's got a lap.
Goddamn quick.
He'll get it twice before you can get it once. He's a lap dog. You get it. Do you get it, the joke?
That's a funny joke. It's like a greyhound is like... It used to be a greyhound. Now he gets my paper for me. He's so fast, I got tomorrow's paper.
I'm the guy from Morning Edition. Or not Morning Edition. What was that show called?
My greyhound brings me my newspaper so fast. People think I'm a fucking witch. They think I've got a crystal. They killed my wife. They assumed I was some sort of mythical
Soon
seer.
they'll be coming for me.
Anyways, you're a headliner.
What was that show called where he gets tomorrow's paper? Was it called?
That's a show?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's paper.
Yeah, that show was just about a dog who was very fast.
Early edition?
Early edition.
I've
Morning
never
edition
heard
is
of this
NPR.
show. 1996.
Yeah.
How do you know about this show?
I remember watching it. That timeline doesn't match up. Maybe it was like in syndication or something.
Yeah, on Fox Family Channel.
Well, I was part of a family.
Did you watch a lot of Fox Family Channel?
What else was on Fox?
Early
Family Channel?
edition. No one on this show
has ever acted again.
Fisher Stevens is the most famous person on the show. He's like third in the cast list. So he gets the paper for tomorrow?
He gets the paper for tomorrow, and then he has to deal with the problems of tomorrow today.
In the last episode, they found out that he's just a stoner whose fucking date was wrong. He had one of those calendars where you flip a block. And he's like,
and he fucked it up.
My blocks were off. I love when business people have those on their desk because it's like, I'm a businessman. Ooh, blocks.
I love playing with blocks.
I allow myself one playing with blocks a day. Once a month, I get a bonus one for the month.
My mom has one of those. And she was fixing it the other day, and she was like, "Wait, is today the 20th?" And she was like, whatever. It'll be right tomorrow if it's not."
Your mom's fucking early edition, dude. Your mom, we gotta ask her what to do about Ukraine.
Georgia in the 90s. That was more of a flight mix-up than anything, but...
Man, how often does that happen?
Yeah, like you're like all frat, like you have to go home for
Bill
like, a funeral.
Burr's showing up. Where the fuck's the fried chicken?
Where the fuck? Look at the plate. Everyone's trying to get me eating gazpacho.
Where's the famous Tbilisi fried chicken? God damn it, I'm in Georgia.
TFC. TFC. All these guys look like they're in the UFC. They're scary.
That'd be funny. Like
KFC looks like the KGB.
I feel like gazpacho is like that thing with like lobsters, so they just put it out on the table, and we're like, this is trash food. Maybe we'll trick these tourists into eating it. Like gazpacho, some guy was just like, hey, this cold soup is great.
Ooh.
And then some server gets slapped by the chef real hard. You took the fucking cold soup.
They love it.
They love it.
All right, turn the oven off.
Turn the ovens off. You're watching Food Network's biggest fuck-ups turn favorites.
Just delicious.
I was laughing at this thing, dude. You know, like bands and shit and like comics, they'll go on like a late night show, like Conan or whatever, and they do
Carson or whatever.
And they do their song.
Yeah.
And then Conan's like, great job, guy. They like will cut back over to him and they have like a wave to the camera moment. Yeah. Why don't they ever try to sell merch there? Why don't they ever like you know what I mean? Fucking Incubus is playing, and then they cut to Conan, and Conan goes, give up for Incubus, everybody, and the camera cuts back to Incubus. They got some shirts held up, a board that says like CDs 15, shirts 15, two for 25.
You think they would be mad if you tried to sell merch to their to the studio audience?
Andy Richter's getting hassled by a sticker. He's like, I don't want the sticker. Here's $5 for gas.
No. Take the fucking sticker. Come on. Nah, I'm not gonna. What am I gonna do with it? I'll just put it in a drawer, and it'll. You can sell it to somebody else. Just take the $5. You paid for it, Andy.
Conan's waiting for that conversation to end so that he can be like, thank you. Good night, everybody. He's just politely like to the side, like about to speak.
I want to get a record too.
I'd like a record. Can I see the mediums? Because you said they aren't shrunk, but I mean it could be a smaller medium.
I mean, sometimes it's a little bit more of a medium.
Andy Richter's taking his shirt off, putting on new shirts. That would be great. It's like Conan just legitimately loves some band. And he's like, I'm gonna buy this album.
And then he realizes he's holding it. He's like, I'm keeping this.
I actually like that.
I'm keeping this one. The band is like, that's $15, man.
The band's like, that's just a big printout of our profile picture on cardboard.
Weirdly, you picked the one where we're all in 8th grade practicing together.
Generally, comics, self-released YouTube specials don't have a vinyl record cover. Bless you.
Thank you.
That'd be funny. It's just you're some. Like you're like an intellectual who's like on one of those shows, like you're like a professor or something, and then Jimmy Fallon's like,
do that.
That was great, everybody, and then you're just holding up it like vinyl record size thing that's just a photo of that guy's brain.
You're just holding up a big leather bound book that says like Cornell West.
Ladies and gentlemen. Why don't they call him that?
They could.
Why not like Lindsay's and gentlemen?
I don't know, man.
I feel like I'm fucking writing for Shecky Green.
You're gonna crawl at the curtains.
Lindsay's and gentlemen. Lindsay's, gentlemen's, trans people of all stages. Someone's got a big hook. Like, how do you get pulled off the stage from the future?
We were talking about the Ukraine thing at work, and there's this really listen.
Like a pre-shift meeting.
What are we gonna do if the
here's
bomb
the
drops?
Specials.
Here's the latest news.
Yeah, we're changing out the taps, and also. You hear how he used to be a comedian and now he's like he's taking up arms?
We did talk about that too.
People are like, you ever work with that guy?
Yes.
Like that president of Ukraine ever come to the Laughing Derby?
It's still called the Laughing Derby, right?
They gotta get Hoss.
I think it's just called Laugh-In now or something.
If that guy is a comedian, you know who we should get on his side to destroy these people coming in and messing up his day-to-day normal work.
Yeah.
Steve Hofstadter.
I bet
what's more of a heckle than a Russian rocket?
You know who needs to get out there? Fucking Dimitri Martin with that name.
Oh, because the name, yeah. I'll go along. They should get Hamburger to feed all those hungry people.
Dimitri can go out there with some fucking funny pie charts, try and convince Russia that they need to secede.
They should get Jeff Foxworthy.
Because he's worthy of a foxhole.
He'll be sly. And worthy even better. No, they should have Dimitri Martin go out and he'll draw a thing on a board with two hands at once.
Yeah.
And then while no one's looking, we'll pants Putin.
Pants Putin. And everyone will see his tiny little dick.
Yeah.
And then he'll lose all respect. But now there's this like 18-year-old like fry cook.
We pants
Who's
Putin.
like-
He uses a huge cock, and everyone's like, "God damn!"
Whoa!
I vote Russia.
Upvote.
Oh, maybe that too. See, now you're coming up with.
I should need to go. I'm gonna go apply for a laser blaze job.
You gotta become the game maker.
I'm the game master at laser.
That's
blaze.
gotta be weird because it's like you're working at a laser tag place and you're like, I'm the one who comes up with the games, and then you're like, wow, I need a promotion, and then all of a sudden some like weird government agency comes to you and they're like, we want you to make torture chambers, and you're like, well, this is the only.
Well.
Laser Blaze can't really budget to bump my pay.
You go through the doors that open, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean.
Some rich billionaire just like, I need you to design an island
Where no one can escape.
Where I'll put kidnapped the teachers of my youth. I'm gonna kidnap them
and set them free, and then I'm going to hunt them.
Some kids just got like a free soda from Laser Place. Sure. What's the pay?
He's still wearing the vest.
I want a slushy machine. They're installing it and they're like, he's like, that's just one flavor. Then I said, you said machine. A machine has two flavors. Let it go, or I'm not teaching you how the upside down mirror level works.
You ever get a shot off a mirror on a laser tag?
Oh, I'm so bad. I've never played laser tag.
What?
Where I was. No, I've played it.
Oh, okay.
But I've never played it where I did it the whole time I don't think my equipment's working. Like, I've never been playing laser tag and been like, oh, yeah, this is all work. I'm playing the game.
I'm fun.
It's always been me
confident.
like, can I get a timeout and a tech, like, check?
June.
Boss, somebody. Look, I know that kid works in an office based in a helicopter above the city now. But can somebody, like, recalibrate my gun? This fat kid tripped, and I'm just shooting him point blank. Nothing.
Nothing.
That'd be fun to be doing laser tag, and then you like take off your equipment and you put it like hanging on a thing. Some people are like think they're sneaking up on you,
Yeah.
and then you just punch them in the face. Start beating them up.
I bet you. I mean,
Do you think if you started beating up someone in laser tag?
how long? I was about to say you totally could.
No, but do you think they would instinctively try to shoot you with the laser gun?
I know I would,
Yeah,
but I'm
oh,
pretty
yeah.
dumb.
Just kicking someone in the nuts, trying to hold on. I'm gonna line this up to your helmet.
No, yeah, you could absolutely just demolish. You could demolish a kid, just beat the shit out of him, and then walk away. No one would
cool.
never. What are there cameras in there? It's pitch black.
That's true. I wonder if kids do get beat up a lot in laser tag.
If they did, it would have happened to me, and it did. So I did fall down the stairs one time during laser tag. I was like, it's way too dark in here.
You know those people who are like, I don't like to dance.
Yeah.
I don't like nightclubs. Maybe everyone who doesn't like nightclubs was beat up at a laser tag place.
It's true. It probably is. Ah, the bright lights, all the mirrors.
Like, I got bullied once at Cosmic Bowling. I can't go to the nightclubs.
They made fun of my gentleman's 45. I don't know how I did it with the bumpers up.
Bumpers are cool, man.
I wish bumpers had. I wish I had like some bumpers for life.
That's
man.
a fun.
Know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I guess I do. I'm white.
That's a yeah,
dude.
That'd be fun. Like fun age to be is when you're like, I don't need bumpers anymore. But it is fun to have them up, right, everybody? That That's a fun age. When you're like 10 and you're like, I'm nostalgic for my youth already.
God, I miss bumpers.
Wouldn't it be funny if we put up bumpers?
Let's do it.
That we're not really good at anyway.
Let's do it. No, the point is you gotta lose, man.
That'd be great if we had bumpers for the podcast. Anytime there's dead air, we can just push a button and Fred Willard will be like, zoinks, there goes my tax return. No, remember Incubus?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, never mind.
You just start playing. Remember Incubus? Okay, well, here's Wonderwall.
I wrote a parody song.
Yeah, okay.
I've used USBs before. It seems to be the way that everyone else saves their files. But lately I've beginning to find that when I use Google Drive, my files can all be found. Whatever your file size, I'll save them on Google Drive. Google Drive.
Oh, beautiful, man.
I'm going to sell that to every 45-year-old comedian.
Very specific.
Thank you.
That's a specificity.
I came up with this one too the other day. You got to help me out. You just got to go. When I say it, just repeat. You'll know.
Okay.
All my poop is brown, my poop is brown, but sometimes it's gray, sometimes it's gray. When I don't know the rest.
When I eat my beets, it gets real red. But mostly, my poops are brown.
All my poops are brown, my poops are brown.
We really devolved into talking about how cool laser tag is, singing a song about how poop is brown.
Poop is brown.
Fucking 10-year-olds.
We're gonna talk about go-karts next.
When you were talking about laser blades, I almost brought up go-karts.
How so?
I was just gonna say we should go ride go-karts.
That would be fun. Let's just go ride regular carts.
Let's go for a drive. Do you want to just drive around?
No, let's just go get in carts at a grocery store and then be like, we're old enough to do this, right?
Do you think like there's a manager at Kroger who's like, all right, guys, new Jackass is coming out, so just make sure you lock up the carts at the end of the night. Come on, this happens every time one comes out. I know it's been a while. Some of you are younger. You don't remember the tragedies behind Jackass 3D, but we lost 2 carts.
No one trusted me when Viva La Bam came out on DVD, but
I said when the Criterion reissue comes
even
out.
the baskets were empty. The basket was empty. It is crazy because the carts have been run out of carts at Kroger. And Jackass is in the news.
Yeah, it's in the news.
Because it's like, what's he going to do about Ukraine?
Johnny Knoxville is being shot out of a cannon into the Kremlin.
No, Johnny Knoxville's going to be at WrestleMania, I believe.
Oh, is he
I think
really?
he's wrestling.
Is he going to wrestle?
I think he is.
Is he going to wrestle what? A lady or something?
No, he's wrestling a fella.
That's not very funny.
No.
Can he wrestle Wee Man or something?
He's gonna wrestle Wee Man. No, man. What do you think this scenario that is very specific has ever happened?
Sure.
It's like a New York socialite, and they're walking through the streets of like Manhattan. And they got a big fur coat on, and their friend's like, "Do you want to see the gallery?" And they're like, "Sure." And they're like, "Here it is." And they open the gallery doors, and then boom, you got like Dr. Doom. Like a bunch of Dr. Octopus. Other bad guys aren't doctors. And then you go, oh my god, the Rogues Gallery. And then that's the start.
Calendar Man.
Calendar Man. And that's the start of like an 80s Batman movie.
King Shark.
King Shark's there. All the bad guys are like very prestigious. Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom, Doctor
King
Octopus,
Shark.
King Shark.
Calendar.
Calendar Man. Calendars are popular.
Yeah. They are.
We all use them.
Everybody's got one. We're all a slave to the calendar. I'd love to see that speech.
What?
Like a Christopher Nolan.
The Gregorian?
No, like Christopher Nolan reimagining Calendar Man. And then he's the main villain. And then he's giving some speech where he's like, everyone's a slave to me.
The calendar.
Every morning you flip your little blocks. Turn the page.
Learn a new word. Do a Sudoku.
Even technology is all left to me.
Y2K.
I can be anything. I can be a cat. I can be a lady with boobs on a beach. I can be a cool car.
I can be funny squirrels.
I'm Calendar Man.
I can be potato recipes.
I can be a different Marmaduke every day of the week. And you tear it.
When Weird Al was a star.
Yeah, why doesn't Weird Al ever commented on the whole Michael Richards thing? He helped his career. Michael Richards was in UHF.
Weird Al, it's time to speak up.
What's a fun Weird Al song you could do?
I mean, they're all fun. What do you mean? Beat it.
No, I mean he writes an original song to help Michael Richards get out of a jam.
Yeah.
What would have been a big tune back then?
Let's see, what it was like 2006?
It's Daft Punk is Playing at My House by LCD Sound System.
but it's Michael Richards is playing at my house.
It's poorly thought out satires coming out his mouth. His mouth. And it's a Weird Al doing that at state fairs.
Michael Richards is playing at my house. My house. Shitty satire coming out his mouth. He thinks his satire just sound like racism to me. Me. Michael Richards is playing at my house.
Is he?
He is.
That would be cool. We have a good way to end it.
Should we talk about the vicious murders that happened in
Oh my
old
God, I
apartment
forgot
building?
about that. We should. Yeah, we haven't really talked about that at all.
I don't think it's murders. Yeah, my old apartment building, there was some guy who...
Old apartment.
My old
Cue up the bare naked ladies.
apartment. The one Michael Richards played at.
Yeah.
And some guy was walking past this horribly smelly apartment for like a week and a half.
Well, you did do shows there, so maybe like one of those people will be the next Michael Richards. For better or worse.
Yeah, he was like, it stinks in there. So he called the police, which, how bad does something have to smell where you're like, I'm calling the cops.
Calling the cops. You call over like a cleaning service, and they're like, this is more serious than we thought. This goes all the way to the cops.
Yeah, so
I'd like to speak with your manager. You mean the sergeant? Aren't you a maid? He's technically my boss. It goes janitor, maid, detective.
I would love if I was working and somebody's like, listen, I need to talk to a manager. I'd be like, listen, I can't just summon Jesus Christ. He's the one who manages me, okay?
He's the manager from the manger.
My manager? You want to talk to Jeffrey Epstein?
Whoa.
I was trying to think of a manager name, but I couldn't think
Tony
of one.
Robbins.
There we
So
go.
my life manager.
Sure. My life manager.
How about my life coach?
How about my life coach?
How about my life coach? Please.
Please.
Maybe that's what you should do. You come back to stand-up, just put please at the end of every joke.
There's a joke bombs, and then I'm just like, please.
Some old guy with a cigar is like, he's got it.
This kid's got it. I want to sign you.
No, man. So you're smelling a smell. And then
I'm
you're
not
like,
smelling it.
They're smelling it, and they're
Yeah.
like, we better call the cops.
Call the police.
My dad farted.
It's too much.
That's got to be great because the cops like, we got to call about a smell. It's either obviously rotting dead bodies or a hilarious prank.
Or a cute kid who called 911 on their dad for farting.
It's chilly night. Got a little too silly.
It's either a true crime story or a story on Good Morning America.
We're either looking at Family Circus or a Netflix docuseries.
But yeah, they open the door. Yeah, there's just like 3 bodies in there that are just like sitting there.
They fall out of the front door.
Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, I would imagine that they all OD'd together, which is nice to do a family activity.
Together.
It's nice to do a family activity on your way out.
They're all just like, this heroin does suck. Fall back.
Now I'm wondering if it's like anybody who I would recognize, or if it happened in my old apartment.
Hey, maybe it's cursed.
Maybe it's cursed. A guy did try and jump out the window of that apartment.
Maybe it's the guy who lived down the hall and just would keep his door open.
No, that guy got evicted a long time ago.
Keep forgiving his door open?
Yes.
Really?
Criminal offense. No. I think he just didn't pay his rent or
The landlord was like, hey, I got you this door for a reason.
Can you quit unhinging the door?
Stop leaving your door open in this sketchy, huge apartment building. It's like...
You're really asking for it over here.
Yeah.
But he leaves his door open and the dog comes over. It's like, listen, someone's got to do something about this place.
Yeah.
I'm just the landlord. I'm just an absentee landlord who is also going to overdose later.
That is great that it was like you and that guy on the same floor, and it was a symbiotic relationship where your dog got the best of both worlds. He's like, I have a drunk owner who leaves the door open, and down the hallway is a schizophrenic man
who leaves his door open.
Neither of them find it weird that I come and go.
Well, he always kept an eye on him. Plus, there was that other door that closed, so he couldn't leave like that floor.
Yeah.
It was safe. Totally safe.
It's like those dogs that are like, they take the subway every day to the park all by themselves.
Yeah, that's pretty much what
Like one of those, or it's like, this dog sneaks out when his drunk owner takes a nap. The schizophrenic man pets him while he watches TV.
And smokes a cigar.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I fucking love that building, man. No, he got evicted, and I thought I told you, he got evicted, and then he just lived on the front yard under a beach umbrella for like 2 weeks.
Well, he doesn't need walls.
He didn't use them anyways.
I was trying to have less walls in my old place.
He's like, I kept the window open, kept the door open.
Where's that dog?
Where's that dog?
He's just petting a raccoon, thinking it's the dog.
He's got a possum in his lap.
Yeah.
He just playing dead.
What do you think that guy's doing now? He moved into our old
probably
place.
Like a CEO.
He moved into our old place. He's like, perfect. Missing a roof?
Missing a roof?
That's one of
That's one of my least favorite parts.
I was gonna ask for that after a year, anyways.
I was gonna ask for that during our next board meeting. During the board meeting for Q4.
Yeah.
Annual tenant landlord board meeting.
I've got a meeting with Tony Hawk. Is it a board meeting? No, it'll be exciting. He's a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I meant. Oh.
You fucker.
No, I mean, so they found dead bodies.
Yeah.
So someone just called.
Yeah, someone called and was like, it stinks.
That'd be great. He was like some mafia guy. Yeah, it smells over here. And there's just like fresh bullet holes. And you're like holding a Tommy gun. Like, I stumbled upon the smell.
I stumbled upon a rather smelly scene.
I had nothing to do with it.
I got nothing to do with it. I was just walking to the store to get more ammunition. See, I'm out of bullets.
I was just watching The Simpsons where they were doing that gag was the mafia would like shoot 2 shots at someone out a window.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, we gotta go get more bullets. And then later they shot 3 shots out and then they drove away and then someone went, I told you we should get more bullets. It's so funny.
You're knocking your fake mic stand over.
Our mic stand is very, it looks like I'm in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
It is a little, it's a little old-timey.
I got a mason jar.
Got a mason jar.
I got a microphone in a mason jar with a sock on it. This Kentucky podcasting, baby. Move over, Trillbillies.
Yeah. Did you fucking wash the moonshine out of that before you got it started? Oh.
We should start embracing the being like live from the Howler. Fake Kentucky podcast.
You think rallies would let me use the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. I feel like they will let you in like through everything. That thing where like, yeah, just come this way, and then you're passing like you're behind the grill all of a sudden,
and then all of a sudden I'm wearing a visor. Yeah. I got an apron on.
That's why it's funny. Like Muscle Shoals, Alabama, there's like this famous music studio down there, and they do tours, and it's like real small. And I went down one time and I was like late, and I was like, oh man. They're like, yeah, no, we aren't doing any more tours. And I was like, can I just like use the bathroom? She's like, yeah. And then she just took me like into the studio, and was like, yeah, the only bathroom is the one in the studio. Yeah, just like let yourself out whenever you're done.
Like, you recorded a killer track while you were in there.
I recorded a Bob Seger album. It's like, hey, can I listen to a boring old man talk for an hour? No. Can I just wander around aimlessly unsupervised? Of course.
Why not?
Of course. Pooping where the Allman Brothers also pooped.
I bet they didn't poop.
They probably didn't. They were probably so backed up on cocaine.
Cocaine.
Does cocaine make you need to poop?
It does now because it's all cut with baby laxatives and shit. But
well, that's because they used to make you constipated, and then those nice cocaine dealers were like, we gotta balance this out. People aren't shitting.
People aren't shit, and listen, these people need to shit.
It's the same way they put salt and vinegar flavoring on Molly now.
Yeah.
To remind people to just drink. Well, you know what I mean?
Whoa, get some water.
Get some water.
I'm parched.
This club's delicious.
I'm happy. Parched.
I'm happy and parched.
I should quench thirst. I should. Oh yeah, that thing with the Bible. I don't know if this will be funny enough to close on, but
the Bible,
my mom's Bible.
What about your mom's Bible?
When I was like 9, when I
about to start singing a Willie Nelson song.
When I was like 19, I was like, hey, you mind if I borrow this to like read sometimes? I'd probably never ended up reading it, but it was like a Bible that somebody gave her when she was like a kid, you know. It has like a fucking inscription from some reverend.
Oh no, Mom! Someone accidentally stole page 666, 420, most of Revelations, the page about not doing gay stuff. Also, you're just really high. Your eyes are all red as you're handing it back to her.
But I've been staying there, and I was like, "Hey, do you want this back?" Because I mean, I know it's important to you, and you know, like. I don't want to lose it or anything, you know, while I'm like moving everything around. And she was like, that thing? But when she gave it to me, she was like, yeah, just be careful with it, you know. Like
it's cursed.
It's cursed.
Put a sigil on top.
She was like, yeah, just be careful. So I've been hauling this fucking thing around for a decade now, thinking that it mattered. Yeah. And I was like, hey, do you need this back? Because, you know, I don't want to lose it. And she was like, that thing?
I got that from a Best Western when I was cheating on your dad.
She's like, she literally went, I don't give a shit about that thing. I was like, the Bible? I was like, well, you know, if you don't give a shit about it, then I'm going to go out front and burn it.
What'd you say to that?
She said, oh, Eric. She also, the other day, she was doing a little Reiki on me. I'm getting a little work done.
What the fuck is going on in your house? Your dad just has food poisoning, and then your mom and you are just touching each other spiritually.
That sounds gross. That sounds disgusting. That sounds way grosser than it is.
If you weren't like their kid, it would totally sound like your mom was poisoning your father to start an affair with you.
That's so gross, man. Don't be bringing that up. It's grotesque. But she was doing a little Reiki on me. And she was like, what's so funny about
Hopefully
that?
not with her teeth.
I don't know.
You ever have that? They ever drop the rake? Anyways.
Stepped on a rake.
Back to your mom.
I stepped on a Reiki. I had a spiritual enlightenment. I think we did that joke last time.
We did. I made the joke that Reiki sounds like someone is being racist. Like,
they don't know
you're
how.
Like, oh, those Chinese guys doing Reiki. You'd be like, whoa, buddy.
Whoa.
And then it's like, oh, never mind. Never mind.
But she was doing it, and she was like, just so you know, she was like, I'm kind of proud of how you've cut down on drinking alone. And I was like, are you congratulating me on going to bars? And she was like, no. She was like, I know you quit for a while, and like I can tell that you like drinking again, but you're not like going crazy or like stinky and like or like asking me for money.
Stink.
You don't stink. She's like, you're not like angry.
You know, you're falling asleep in a shower.
She's like, most people need to get like help or something. And I was like, I have managed to set the bar ludicrously low. I have really set the bar for pride at an all-time low for, I think, anyone ever.
Your mom's like, yeah, the blood stains on your pants are dry.
You don't wake up in the morning and you're washing your car at 3:30 in the morning for some reason.
You're actually letting your scab stay on for most of the time. To heal.
I haven't noticed a single new scar on you.
The flies that circle you have been fat.
And they're living large.
Yeah.
Just like you, honey.
Speaking of high on the hog, your dad ate a pound of raw bacon.
He got some on his feet and he slipped on his way trying to get to the toilet. So he burned his back and he's shitting himself.
I was like, you're smelling so bad, I was about to call the police.
That would have been a great burn for my mom. Be like, I'm surprised no one called the police when you were living there.
That's a very good burn. That's a very good burn.
All right, maybe that's good enough. We got some.